Our next project is to create a game called Color Quest. A reminder that in your assessment, you'd need to provide a link to your GitHub repository, and you should also indicate which file needs to be marked. Also remember that the use of generative AI is not okay for assessments, and we're not going to use it during this project so that we can recycle anything that we make. Here's how the game works. At the start, users need to choose how many rounds, which of course must be a number more than 0. Then we're going to allow them to choose one of 4 colors with a score to beat. Each of our color button is associated with the score, and once they push a button, their results will be revealed and they're able to go for the next round. They can, of course, chicken out and end the game at any point, and we're also going to let them access hints and stats. Got a separate GUI which shows what happens at the end of the game, where our next button will change to indicate the game is over, and of course that chicken out button becomes a nice friendly play again button. Here's what our hints GUI will look like, and you're welcome to recycle the text that you see on your screen. And I've developed a stats component as well. The goal is to keep things simple. I did think what would happen if the user hadn't won any rounds, and so of course at that point they have no best score, and we can be a bit cheeky and suggest that they read our hints. And in an assessment, once you've got your various GUIs, you'll want to create your program structure where you show what classes you'll need, what functions you'll need, and how they're related. Finally, I set up my initial Kanban board, and this is a little different to Temperature Converter, where I decided to ditch almost all the color, so it's super clear to me what's been done and what still needs to be done, and this will make showing how I've used my planning that much easier. In the assessment, one of the things that you want to do is add to your complex discussion as you go. As I've created a lot of the initial planning, I've also talked about it in my planning slide. So you're welcome to read that information, and hopefully it will give you an idea of what a planning discussion should look like. So at this point, we're ready to go ahead and develop our components. And the first component that you're going to develop is the startup GUI. I'd like you to create that piece of code for yourself. And then I want you to recycle what you learned in Temperature Converter so that the number of rounds is an integer that's more than 0. Please give that a go, and I'll talk you through that code in the next video.